What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Battle Beast's brand new album, Circus of Doom. I've been a fan of Battle Beast since about 2018 when they were on 70,000 Tons of Metal. For those of you who have not seen them yet, go see them live. Nora is probably the second best front person I've ever seen, second to only Paul Stanley. I'm very pleased to say this album was a huge improvement over the last one. The last album I thought was a little inconsistent. I thought it had 3 great songs, The Golden Horde, the title track, No More Hollywood Endings, and Eden. But this one is fucking solid straight throughout. Great job, everybody. I'm proud of you. I don't normally do this, but I enjoyed this album so much, I'm going to try to do a bit of a track by track. So let's start with the first track, which is the song Circus of Doom. It's not a huge departure than what we've gotten in the past, but it still sounds very fresh. The production on this is huge. It sounds awesome. I love it. It really fits the circus theme. It's not groundbreaking, but it's perfect for the music. Great opener and a great sign of things to come. Next up, we have Wings of Light. It's definitely a little familiar, sounds a whole lot like Straight Through the Heart, a little bit like Beyond the Burning Skies in Eden, but the chorus is still awesome. Now we have Master of Illusion, and this was the first single for a reason. It's a great song with a catchy, memorable chorus that's also kind of relatable in a way. I don't know why a lot of us can hear something like The Game Is Over and think that it's touching, but it is, and it's awesome. Now we have Where Angels Fear to Fly. It's slower for them and a little less danceable than what I was expecting. As soon as it started, I was expecting it to be Dancing with the Beast Part 2, but it does have a different vibe. Her vocals on this song are tremendous. Really wondering whether she took a ton of lessons. I know she did a duet with Joachim Kahns from Hammerfall. Maybe he gave her some tips. But really, I was not expecting this. Holy shit, great job. Now we have Eye of the Storm. This is the second single. The songwriting is kind of typical for them, but again, tremendous vocals. Not disappointing, but I'm kind of questioning why it was the single. Good song, but I actually think it was probably in the bottom half of the album in terms of quality. Then comes Russian Roulette. I know I already mentioned this, but the production shines like a motherfucker on this one. There's a lot of great synth work and a fantastic chorus here. Now we have Freedom. I think it's kind of a rule that every power metal band has to have a song with freedom in the title. This is a really fun, thrashy drum beat. It seriously sounds like Travel and Stygian by Iced Earth. Not at all anything I ever thought they'd do. They're usually typical drum beats, but it works and it's awesome. This is a total highlight. Next up, we have The Road to Avalon. There's a really good vibe to this one. It's got a great beat, and even though the songwriting is kind of familiar, the beat makes it work. Side note, the first few measures of the chorus seriously remind me of a Christmas song. I think it's called Mary's Boy Child. Take a listen. Let me know how crazy I am for hearing this. Now we have Armageddon. The chorus sounds a lot like a Glory Hammer song. I think it's Hoots Force. It's a cool vocal line and a drum beat, maybe not the most original thing in the world. Pretty typical song for them, not a disappointment, but also not a highlight. And now we're up to the last song, Place That We Call Home. I like the end of the chorus. The vocals are again phenomenal. I'm really hearing this and thinking, wow, she must have taken a ton of lessons. She was always a great vocalist, but this is next level stuff. The production on the drums here, I think, really sells it. It's top tier. They've always had great sounding drums. It's one of the highlights when you see them live is just how fucking huge the drums sound. I will confess I wanted a bit more out of a closing track. With a title like this, I was hoping for something either a little bit more melancholy, as in they're tired of touring and they miss home, or, we're all getting a little bit older. Nora, I think, just turned 30, and, at that point, we all start thinking about what's next for us. Or just a total banger about a mosh pit, since the metal scene is where we call home. I figured one of those two is the theme. This doesn't accomplish either end. It's still a good song, but I was hoping for more on such a great album. All in all, tremendous album, top to bottom. I think it's probably on par with Bringer of Pain, which is usually considered to be their best. So looking forward to the next tour. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. Thanks, everyone.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. the only podcast you crank up to 11.